President Joe Biden's son Hunter is suing the Internal Revenue Service. He alleges his private tax documents were shared publicly by agents during their criminal investigation into him. That lawsuit comes after he was indicted by the special counsel last week for lying on a disclosure form to obtain a gun. Our Errol has a closer look at what led to this moment. Errol, walk us through what happened.
Chanel, this is important. Pay attention to this comprehensive timeline. It all began back in 2017. That's when, according to court documents, and I'll show it to you here, Hunter Biden earned around $2 million in international income. And much of it came from China and Ukrainian interests. Now, the key is that he didn't pay taxes on that income. The DOJ alleged that specifically he didn't pay taxes for 2017 or in 2018. Now, in that year, according to CBS News reporting, federal prosecutors in Delaware, headed up by U.S. Attorney David Weiss, began investigating Biden's tax issues. That probe was publicly acknowledged by Biden in December of 2020. Now, the special counsel's indictment states that also in 2018, Biden purchased this, a .38 caliber revolver from a gun store in Wilmington, Delaware. But he denied using drugs on a government form to obtain this gun. Biden wrote in his 2021 memoir that he was struggling with drug and alcohol addiction at that time. But consider this, a Delaware State Police investigation concluded this gun was later thrown out by Haley Biden, his brother Beau's widow. For the next few years, Biden's international business dealings would be scrutinized during the impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump. And after a laptop, maybe you've heard of it, of Biden's was discovered at a computer repair shop and contained reportedly information related to all of this. But the next major development in the DOJ case occurred back in, when was it? April. An attorney for the IRS whistleblower, came forward to allege that the Justice Department interfered in the Hunter Biden criminal probe. The whistleblower would later sit down with our own Catherine Herridge and testify before Congress. Now, the DOJ and IRS have declined to comment about his allegations, but Attorney General Merrick Garland has emphasized in past remarks that the Delaware prosecutor's office is not under pressure from the Biden administration. Now, fast forward to June, and Biden and the DOJ reach a plea deal, an agreement in which he would plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor tax charges and avoid prosecution for lying about his drug use while obtaining a gun. And in exchange, he would be granted a pretrial diversion program and avoid any jail time. But that plea agreement fell apart in July after a federal judge questioned its structure. And she said she didn't want to be a, quote, rubber stamp. Biden then changed his plea to not guilty. This all unfolded live on CBS News. If you were watching, you saw this happen. Now, a few weeks later, AG Garland names Weiss as a special counsel to continue his investigation of Hunter Biden. And that move came after months of scrutiny from Republicans and the IRS whistleblower testimony, which alleges the DOJ refused to previously make Weiss a special counsel. According to DOJ policy, though, Weiss had to request to be made special counsel, which he did, and that was again granted by AG Garland. And all of that brings us to last Thursday, when Weiss filed the 3-count federal indictment against Hunter Biden for illegally possessing a firearm and lying on his gun application. It's currently not clear if Hunter will face more charges related to his international business dealings. Hunter Biden's lawyer said in a statement in response to these new charges, quote, "As expected, prosecutors filed charges that they deemed were not warranted just 6 weeks ago, following a 5-year investigation into the case," end quote. Where it goes from here is unclear.